There's nothing quite like Crater Lake in the winter. Well, there's nothing quite like Crater Lake in the summer either. But in winter, snow and ice cover the landscape like puffy marshmallow frosting, only it's cold and windy and icy and snowy. But on a good day like this one, Crater Lake really serves it up, just like dessert. The frothy white surface hides the many feet of snow and ice that cover the land, and the blue, the deep, deep blue, is perhaps made more prominent by contrast with the white. The lake is about 2,000 feet deep, and it's about 2,000 feet from its surface to the highest spot on the rim. It's really a remarkable sight, which brings visitors from all around the world, winter or summer, along the Volcanic Legacy Byway.
People come here because this is a representative volcano of the Cascade series. This is the southern end of the Cascades. They are driving through Oregon on one of these beautiful scenic byways that Oregon does have, and it's a state that has many different scenic beauties. And then they see these mountains and they're drawn to them.
Since it's possible to drive around Crater Lake during the summer, a visitor can soak in the entire panorama. It's easier to contemplate the earth-shattering forces at work which blew the top off what was one of the prominent peaks of the Cascade Mountain Range.
It was a grand mountain, and it is still a grand mountain, but there's something very different about this one, something very majestic in the huge, deep blue lake that is at the top of a huge mountain. It is something that is incomprehensible unless you begin to stand at the edge and look at it and contemplate, how did this happen?
The southern slopes of Crater Lake Mountain, or Mazama, bump and bend out into a broad apron with Upper Klamath Lake at its hem. It's here the Volcanic Legacy Byway joins US 97 and carries motorists along the shore of Upper Klamath Lake, where Mount McLaughlin stands head and shoulders above the surrounding foothills. Crater Lake and the volcanoes of the byway might be considered the first of a 1-2 punch the byway offers. The landscape reveals the geologic legacy, but there is another.
Two things that make the Volcanic Legacy unique is, one is the volcanic theme. You've got some of the best volcanism experiences that you have in the world. And then you also have the opportunity to view bird life and many watchable wildlife sites along the Volcanic Legacy.
The first sure sign of eagles along the byway is in Klamath Falls, where an old snag was planted to make home for them. It's right along US 97. But about 15 minutes south on 97 is where the real story is told. Now, timing is the key. Early in the chilly dawn between mid-January and late February is best. That's when you can see them fly out and over the byway. 1, 2, more, even hundreds, they say. For it is here that the greatest number of eagles in the whole continental United States spend the winter. Believe it or not, it's the same volcanic legacy that brings these eagles here. For the marshy lands created by eruptions, ashfall, mudflows, snow, and rain attracts waterfowl, upon which the eagles feed when food is scarce farther north.
It's the only time that you'll see that many eagles in close proximity to one another, because generally they're pretty territorial. You know, a pair of eagles during the nesting season will, very adamantly protect their territory against other eagles coming into it. But during the wintertime, they seem to get along just fine with their other eagles. That roost site is pretty unique in that it offers the right thermoregulatory activities that the eagles need. Very large trees with open branches allows them to fly in and out very easily. And then it's protected from human harassment.
There aren't many highways in the country that welcome you to a state with an eagle greeting you, but that's just some of what you'll find on this Central Oregon highway.